Okay.
Hey everybody, Larry here. It's a hot one today, super hot. Humidity is super high. I got this 8-frame here that's bearding. It's the only hive I have with a solid bottom board, so I don't like them. This is the only hive that's bearding. So I've got an entrance reducer on it. I'm gonna try to smoke some bees off of it and pull that entrance reducer so they can get some more air into the hive. I do have feeders on this one. I probably need to take and put a shim on the top to let some air out, but it's kind of hard to do with a feeder board. I could take one of the jars off and let some air out that way. Well, I figured I'd bring you guys along and show you this. This is exactly why I don't like bottom or solid bottom boards. They hold moisture in and they hold heat in. So let's see if we can get this done. That was a success. I killed one bee. So hopefully that'll help with the bees fanning, get some more air in there. I did kill one bee. I hate doing, but sometimes it happens. I'll let a lot more airflow go through there. So we've got to go over. I've got a 5-frame nuke over here with the feeder on it. With the swarm I caught this spring. For some reason, they did not fill out the frames. They built all the comb off the bottom of the frames. I need to go over here. I moved them into, like I say, a 5-frame out of the swarm box. I had to take all of the comb with the brood off, because cut it off because it was on the bottom of the frames. So they were starting there from scratch. That was a few weeks. It's been a few weeks now, so I need to go over and check them. May end up having to add some resources and some cat brood to them to help strengthen them up. So, but y'all just have a great day and be blessed. And we're going to go over there and see if we can get this done. Tell you what, y'all, it's hotter than Dickens today. Not sure what the temps are where you're at, but the humidity is super high. See, all these boxes have screen bottom boards on them. I mean, they've got some bees on the landing board, but I see maybe one up there that's got a few bees bearding on it, but not many. That's why I like these. They let airflow up through the bottom of them. So that's the one I need to check here, see how they're doing. This one does have a feeder on it. Got a 1 jar feeder I built. Which, guess it needs a refill. So you're gonna get closer on this. So you can either leave your feeders, which I'm gonna do a video on like 3 different types of feeders they have. They've got a bucket feeder too, you can sit on top. This is how I build the feeders for the top feeders. You can either put a box around them to keep them out of the weather, or you can just leave them open like this. Get this off of here, get them a little smoke on top. You can see this 1/8 inch hardware screen. I just used 1/4 inch staples to staple around it. Try to do the corners real good and just the edges. So actually looks like they're drawing this out pretty well. These were actually frames. These 4 frames I think were frames I spun out. I spun some honey out of them. Just because a hive up here had way too much honey in it, so I spun some frames out and put some empty frames back in their places. But let's see what this looks like. And they still haven't really finished drawing it back out. This is a frame that was spun out. I think I'm going to have to get some frame of brood and cap brood and put in here. Just don't seem to have a whole lot of bees. Of course, that frame down there is all full of cap brood, so it's going to be just a matter of days and they're going to have a bigger workforce. There's some brood. Got some uncapped larvae right here. It's not super old. Let's see if I can. You can see it right there. So some brood there. Larvae. If I can see a queen anywhere. Alright, babe, look that up. So set this one back in here. Check this one. Queen should be on this one here. I'm guessing. And she's on the wall. So this is just a bunch of bee bread falling. There's my queen right there. Got a blue dot on her. You holding the phone still? Yeah. So I marked her for last year. This was a swarm, so I figured she's probably last year's queen, so that's why I marked her blue. I think this year is white. So I haven't been able to mark all my queens yet, but if I see them when I'm in here, I'll mark them. They don't have a whole lot going on in here, so I mean, you can see they have hardly any stores. They're using everything that they bring in. I don't see any new eggs, so I mean, it's probably just because she doesn't have a whole lot of room. So I think, I don't know, I need to get a frame or brood and stick in here. So I'm going to put this top back on here, and we're going to run up here to one of these bigger colonies, and I'm going to try to still frame a brood out of it. Alright. Find your way through there. You're right up through there. So all three of these have honey supers on them. No feed. The inner covers. If you guys are looking for some good gloves, I'm going to list these below. These are from Amazon. I've worn these things probably 10 times or so now. They're high risk. That way they're not coming down and the bees getting to your wrist. I really like them. I've been stung once through them, and that was like right on the fingertip. So we're going to pull this honey super off. I'm going to get into this upper brood box and see if we can find a frame that we can take down there and stick in that one. I should have brought a frame up with me. Well, there's empty frames, but
do you want the one that's setting out?
Yeah. I'll pull this queen excluder off of here. This may be all honey, I don't know. Definitely got the that one's all honey. This box may all be honey. That one's honey.
You just spin it out.
No, I leave these for the reserves for winter. This one's got some brood on it. I may take this one down there. Make sure the queen's not on here. It's got some uncapped larvae on it as well. There's a frame of brood right next to it too. So I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to take this whole frame, bees and all. Down there. Make sure I ain't got the queen on here anywhere. Got a little nectar here. Bee pollen or bee bread. Bee bread along the bottom. You can see the kind of difference in age, and this brood over here is a little bit younger. See how yellow it is versus this darker stuff. So this one looks good. I don't see the queen on here. Anywhere. Let's take another look, make sure. So I'm going to take this down there and stick it in that box.
I'm going to go ahead and just put that one in there. I can hold that one for you. There's no reason to come back up here. Might as well just go ahead and put that one in. There's no reason to come back up.
So we're putting this frame back in here. It's got some drawn out comb on it. This is the one that we spun out. So, yeah, put that next to there. Stick this frame honey back in here.
I would explain that bees are the ones we get honey, so they don't have, you don't feed them.
Yeah, I done told them that the reason we don't have feeders on these is because we got supers on them. So once I pull the supers off here later this summer or this fall, I will put feeders on here to get them ready for winter.
You're going to go ahead and put your queen excluder and go ahead and just close it back up.
So I need to stick this.
Explain what that is.
Back on.
Explain what it is.
Stand. Sure, I must have smashed that one.
Explain what that is.
What?
Your queen excluder.
Yeah, if you don't know, this is a queen excluder. The cracks in here are big enough for worker bees to get through, but the queen or drones cannot fit through there. So a lot of times if you have these on, you may want to come out once a month or whatever, open it up, let your drones out.
So why do you want to keep your queen from coming through there?
Well, if you get your queen up here, and these honey supers, she'll start laying eggs. Queens love fresh wax, so she'll start laying eggs, and then once she lays eggs, you can't really harvest the honey. I mean, she'll fill it up with eggs instead of them filling it up with honey.
So you're keeping the queen from laying eggs in your honey.
Exactly. So just like the other ones, they put honey around the top, down the sides, and the center bottom of it she'll fill up with eggs for brood and stuff. If you don't keep her out of it, she will definitely lay in it. All right. Crunch, crunch. Seeing bees fighting? That's probably from another hive. Called robbers. Smell the honey and they come in to rob. Alright, we'll go back down here to this nuke and stick this frame of bees and cat brood and larvae in it. Alright. Let's see, that should help them bees out quite a bit. Like I say, they have one frame with some brood on it. Gave them another frame with some nurse bees on it. So we'll put these girls out of here. And we'll make a jar of 1-to-1 sugar syrup to put in here. That's it, guys. You got a weak hive, you want to give it a boost. You got some good colonies, good strong colonies. Take a frame of brood and resources from them and give it to them. Give it to your weaker hives. It'll help build them. So, hope this will help somebody out. Actually, I had these 3 colonies up here. I treated this spring and ended up killing my queens. And luckily, they come out of winter strong, super strong. There was a ton of bees in there. A deer over there. My little buck didn't get killed. But all 3 queens ended up dying. Well, actually, the 2 queens. I had 2 colonies up here. Both queens died. I did a split because they end up having a bunch of supersedure cells and a couple swarm cells. So I did a split. Ended up with three colonies. Had a bunch of queens in there. Ended up having a bunch of secondary swarms afterwards. You can always turn your bees around. It's usually not too late until it's too late, which would be the fall or winter if you lose your queen. Hope this information helps somebody out there. Like I said, I'm not a professional, but I've watched some professionals. Anyways, y'all have a great day and be blessed.